Once upon a time, a king of a not-so-distant country gathered the wise men of his court and said to them, "I have commissioned a precious ring with a diamond from one of the finest jewelers in the region. I want to hide within the ring some words that can help me in difficult times, a message to which I can turn in moments of utter despair. I would like this message to also benefit my heirs in the future, as well as the children of my heirs. It must be small enough to fit beneath the diamond of my ring." All those who heard the king's wishes were great sages and scholars who could have written elaborate treatises. However, thinking of a message that contained only 2 or 3 words and fit beneath a diamond in a ring proved to be very challenging. Nevertheless, they pondered and searched through their books of philosophy for many hours, yet found nothing that suited the desires of the powerful king. The king had a beloved servant who served him like a father, and he took care of him when his mother died. This man was treated as family and enjoyed the respect of all. For these reasons, the king also consulted him. The servant said, "I am not a wise man, nor a scholar, nor an academic, but I know the message." "As you know," the king asked, "during my long life in the palace, I have encountered all kinds of people. On one occasion, I met a master. He was a guest of your father, and I served him. When he departed, I accompanied him to the door to bid farewell, and as a gesture of gratitude, he gave me this message." At that moment, the elder wrote a message on a tiny piece of paper, folded it, and handed it to the king. "Do not read it," said the servant. "Keep it hidden in the ring. Open it only when you find no way out in a situation." That moment did not take long to arrive. The country was invaded, and the king's kingdom was threatened. He was fleeing on horseback to save his life, while his enemies pursued him. He was alone, and the pursuers were numerous. At a certain moment, he arrived at a place where the path ended, and before him lay a precipice and a deep valley. Falling into it would be fatal. He could not turn back because the enemy blocked the way. He could hear the galloping of horses, the voices, the proximity of the enemy was evident. It was then that he remembered the ring, took out the paper, opened it, and found a small message of tremendous value for that moment. It simply said, "This too shall pass." At that moment, he realized that a great silence hung over him. The enemies who pursued him must have gotten lost in the forest or taken the wrong path, but the truth was that he was surrounded by immense silence. The galloping of horses was no longer heard. The king felt deeply grateful to the servant and the unknown master. Those words had been miraculous. He folded the paper, put it back in the ring, gathered his army once again, and reconquered his kingdom. On the day of victory, there was a great celebration in the city with music and dance. The king felt very proud of himself. At that moment, the elder was by his side again and said, "Esteemed king, the time has come for you to read the message in the ring once again." "What do you mean?" asked the king. "Now I am experiencing a situation of euphoria and joy. People celebrate my return. We have defeated the enemy." The elder said, "Listen. This message is not only for desperate situations but also for joyful ones. It is not only when you feel defeated, but also when you feel victorious. It is not only when you are last, but also when you are first." The king opened the ring and read the message, "This too shall pass." Once again, he felt the same peace and silence amidst the celebrating and dancing crowd. But pride and ego had disappeared. The king finally fully understood the message. Both good and evil were transient. The elder said, "Remember that everything passes. No event or emotion is permanent. Just as there are moments of joy and moments of sadness, accept them as part of the duality of nature, for they are the very nature of things. It was not I who commanded you to be strong and courageous, to not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Joshua 1 verse 9. My sincerest appreciation for your unwavering dedication to watching the extended and improved video. Your support means the world to me and encourages me to push the boundaries even further. By subscribing to my channel, Beyond Labels, you are not only fueling its growth, but also becoming part of a vibrant community that values captivating and thought-provoking content. I am truly humbled by your commitment and would like to extend my heartfelt thanks for your invaluable contribution to the channel's success. Your continued support enables me to explore new creative avenues, invest in high-quality production, and collaborate with talented individuals who can bring even more depth and richness to the stories we share. I am committed to making Beyond Labels an extraordinary platform where stories come alive, challenging societal norms and inspiring a broader perspective. With your support, I will continue to strive for excellence and bring you captivating narratives that touch your heart and expand your horizons. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey, and I look forward to sharing more remarkable stories with you in the days to come. Together, we will create a community that celebrates diversity, fosters empathy, and embraces the power of storytelling.